How did you come up with a plan to never touch your homework again? I was drowning in homework. Every single night it was the same thing. Assignment after assignment. And my teacher, Miss Hartley, acted like we didn't have 6 other classes. She'd assign 3 worksheets, 2 reading responses, and a project outline all in one breath like it was perfectly normal to operate on 0 sleep and pure spite. I complained to my friend Curtis one day after class, and he just shrugged and said, "You should talk to Wade." Wade? The kid who sat in the back corner and never spoke unless called on? Curtis leaned in and whispered, "Dude hasn't done homework in months." I blinked. Month? How was he not dead or expelled? I needed answers immediately. So at lunch, I tracked Wade down like he was holding the secret to eternal life. He was sitting alone eating a sandwich, and I slid into the seat across from him like we were about to discuss a heist. I said, "Curtis told me you don't do homework." He looked up, chewed slowly, and said, "Yeah, that's it, just yeah." I waited for more, and he finally sighed and said, "I just don't do it." "Okay, cool. Thanks for the life-changing advice." Wade, but then he kept talking. "I show up early, find someone who already finished, copy it word for word, and turn it in before Hartley even sits down." I stared at him like he just told me he could fly. It was so simple, so beautifully, recklessly simple. The next morning, I got to class 10 minutes early. My friend Leah was already there with her assignment sitting on her desk, completed in perfect handwriting. I sat down next to her, pulled out my blank worksheet, and said, "Hey, can I check my answers with yours real quick?" She said, "Sure," and I started copying. Not just the answers, the entire thing, sentence structure and all. 2 minutes later, I walked up to Miss Hartley's desk and turned it in like I'd been up all night working on it. She didn't even look up, just took it and added it to the pile. I got a 100%. This went on for 3 weeks. 3 glorious, homework-free weeks where I had time to sleep, watch video, and feel like I'd finally figured out the system. But then Leah got suspicious. She pulled me aside one day after class and said, "Why does your handwriting look exactly like mine?" I froze. My brain short-circuited, and I blurted out, "I was inspired by your writing style." She tilted her head like a confused puppy. "Inspired?" I nodded way too enthusiastically. "Yeah, like, your letters are so neat, and I wanted to improve mine." She bought it. Somehow. She actually bought it. I thought I was in the clear. Then Miss Hartley called me up to her desk after class one day. She didn't say anything at first, just stared at me like she was reading my soul. Then she slid 2 assignments across the desk, mine and Leah's, side by side. "Notice anything?" I looked down. They were identical. Not similar, identical. Same answers, same phrasing, same random doodle in the corner that Leah drew when she got bored. Miss Hartley leaned back in her chair and said, "I've noticed this on the past 8 assignments." 8. I'd been caught for 8 assignments and didn't even know it. She folded her arms and said, "I'm giving you one chance to tell me the truth." I caved instantly, told her everything. The copying, the early mornings, Wade's entire operation. I even threw Wade under the bus because if I was going down, he was coming with